Chakravaka's wisdom. Sir, said the wise minister, work should be given to the people who are experienced and skilled in doing that particular task. Someone who is good at the study of scriptures cannot build a fort. This was a piece of sound advice and was accepted by the king. Chakravaka also insisted that they should store sufficient grains and food in the fort. After all, he observed, we cannot eat jewels and riches. We can eat only food, and the army as well as the citizens within the fort would need enough to eat during the war. Therefore, a strong fort was ready to deal with the siege by the enemy forces by the time they attacked. It had sufficient food and armaments too for the defense. The soldiers and the citizens were ready for the battle and the hardships it would bring. Chakravaka tries to stop the crows. The crane who had gone to spy in the enemy camp had told King Silverplume and Chakravaka that the blockade was being prepared. The king did not understand why Chakravaka wanted him to spend so much money giving gifts at a time like this. Meanwhile, Meghavarna, the Crow King, came and offered to go out and survey the blockade. He would also show them his own courage. But Chakravaka did not trust the crows, so he prevented this. Politely he said, "You are a king, and therefore you should not go out to confront the enemy. Stay here while the soldiers deal with this." In the kingdom of Jambudweep, meanwhile, the wise old vulture Doordarshi was advising the king Jewelplume about the battle formations to be used during the war. He was trying to ensure that his brilliant but hot-headed king does not go into battle in an impulsive way. The betrayal. King Jewelplume finally realized that his minister was wise and he should have listened to his counsel earlier. But now, having reached Karpura Dvipa with all the preparations of the war, there was no way they could turn back. If they turned away now, it would bring them great dishonor. He asked Doordarshi why he had stopped him earlier, but the wise old vulture said, "There is no point in showing a mirror to a blind man, sir. At that time you were too blinded by your own ideas to hear what I was saying. So I kept quiet. There was a fierce battle at the gates of the fort, but the crows were treacherous. They set fire to the houses inside the fort. They set up a cry that the fort had fallen. The army of the water birds withdrew to the lake." The end of the war. King Silverplume was extremely sad, since his kingdom had been betrayed by the crows whom he had befriended and treated with courtesy. He too went slowly to the lake with the rest of his forces. One of his generals, the Saras, was helping him. Silverplume asked the Saras to leave him and try to save himself instead. He named his son Chudamani as his successor, but the Saras was devoted to his king. He said he would die defending him and the fort rather than let his king face the enemy alone. When a cock attacked Silverplume, the Saras threw himself at the attacker. He saved Silverplume, pushing him into the lake, and died fighting. King Jewelplume, the victor, took over the fort. Vishnu Sharma completed the chapter on war, teaching the princes how to handle it with caution and wisdom.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.